Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here with Wayne Jacques, who, well, I think I can safely say without offending, is one of the elder statesmen of trainers and drivers in South Australia. Wayne, no offence, but how long have you been in the industry?
Well, my father threw me in the sulky back when I was 11 years old, and I'm turning 62 this year, so 50 years of driving horses.
It's like being thrown off the end of the jetty and told to swim.
A very deep end, very deep end.
So what's with the Wayne Jacques nowadays? You've got a couple of horses in the stable and you still drive occasionally?
Yeah, still got a few horses. Mainly happen for Matthew to drive, but still have a bit of interest, drive occasionally. But work commitments, because I work 9 to 5 and a lot of long hours, and cut back. Used to have 16 horses in work once upon a time. Now I've got 4, and hopefully within 12 months I may be down to 2.
Well, time catches up with all of us, but you've mainly stuck to square gators over the years, and Matthew's now chairman of the Square Gators Association. That's your true love?
Yeah, it's been a passion. Trotters mainly through Fred Dunn back in the Victor Harbour days. He was one of the first guys ever threw me on a trotter. And as sort of cycle goes, all of a sudden I had a stable full of trotters, and that's been my passion right from that time on.
You do get labelled in life, and people do see you as a square gator man.
They certainly do. Yes, they do indeed. Get many a phone call to take horses, and say, no, over the latter years I've had to refuse them. But yeah, it's been a good career. You
referred to Matthew. He's your son, of course, but your dad, Bob Jacques, was, well, fair to say, a legend in his time.
He was indeed. I admired him right through his career, and probably he still is my idol, even though he's passed away. But just to go back and look at old photos and videos of Dad, it really makes life worth living.
Well, it's always good to ask someone who they modelled himself on. Yours is obviously your dad. I saw him lead from the outside of the second row at Wayville one day in a stand start.
Yeah, he's probably done that many a time. He had the knack of getting horses away, and he's like real top horsemen. They just have the right feel, as a lot of our top horsemen of today do. They've just got the right feel for the horse.
Well, I think horses have the feel for them too, don't they?
I think they do indeed. It's just one of those things. You have, like any sports person, you have your elite, and we've got a few of those now, and all of us that sort of hold up the industry and keep it going.
Mate, speaking of Wayville, you've got the honour that no one can ever take away from you. You drove the last winner ever at the Wayville Showgrounds. Yes,
I did, on a horse called Jewel back in, I think it was February 74.
I had a funny feeling you'd remember his name.
Oh, yeah. I get asked a million times. That's one thing people do often recall and say, what was that horse you used to drive? And it was a great era back in the Wayville days.
Well, we're not here to necessarily go in the past, but it certainly was, and there's a good crowd to see you that night too.
Oh, magnificent crowd. Yeah. Indeed it was. But it's great to see the progress of the industry now and all the big tracks and the times that we're running. Trotters race at Menangle the other night went 154, and in our day you would never ever have imagined it. And it's just fantastic to see the times and the bigger tracks gaining the popularity and drawing some money in interstate.
Well, you wouldn't imagine it with a pacer in those days, let alone a trotter.
Well, never a trotter. No. Even a pacer, the 151, 152s, never ever heard of. And now you switch on the telly and, there's probably 5 races running under 155 at Menangle and Milton and those sort of places.
Wayne, thank you very much. Great to talk to you, and good luck with you pottering around with a couple, and let's hope every now and then a winner lands in the stable.
We do too. Thanks, Story.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure to interview to you elder statesman, forgive me again, Wayne, of trotting here in South Australia, Wayne Jacques.